Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how I hand painted this Harlequin pattern on my guest bathroom wall. And y'all, I did it in a matter of probably 4 hours over 2 days time span, and it was pretty easy and practically free. Here's how I was able to get a perfectly 45-degree angle both ways, which will create a perfectly square Harlequin pattern. If you don't go 45 in both directions, your squares are going to end up, you'll have parallelograms rather than squares. So I used my speed square, and you just put it up against your ceiling, assuming your ceilings are fairly level. If they're not completely level like mine, it's going to be fine. And then I just drew my line there, moved it back so that it was 5 inches between that line and that line, put it against the ceiling and drew another line like that. And then I just flipped my speed square around and drew the other way. And then I used my ruler to extend those lines down the wall. So that's how I was able to get perfectly square Harlequin pattern. Otherwise, it gets wonky. Get yourself a speed square. This is a giant one. You could use a smaller one, but this just does expedite things a bit because you have such a long edge. See how I have the lines in kind of a Harlequin pattern or diamond pattern all the way down. So I started on this wall because I figured this is going to be behind the mirror anyway. Then I used just some white ceiling paint, put it on a plate, and I used a liner brush. You can get one of these at Michael's, but it's just a liner brush, which is a really thin bristled brush. I'm going to go ahead and do this bit first, all of this, and then I'll decide what to do next. So I like it. It's sweet. So I'll go ahead and draw on all the rest of my lines. Show you real quick how I did the corners. So I used my square, basically lined up the very corner of my speed square to the line of this wall. So like right there, I went right there, and there's a line there. And then once I did those, then I was able to measure 5 inches down, 5 inches down, and continue the lines out that way. But I used the speed square in the corners to continue the lines. I don't know if that makes sense, but it took me a minute to figure it out, but I finally got it. Okay, so now I'm going to continue with my liner brush, and I've just got my paint on a paper plate, and I'm going to just do all the lines now. And these do not need to be perfect, and it's helpful if you have a little bit of water on your plate, because it'll just make the paint flow a little bit easier on the wall instead of wanting to just kind of stick and drag. So put just a tiny little bit of water, a little puddle of water onto your plate so that you can wet your brush every now and then. It'll make the paint flow really a lot easier. Let me tell you, there is no reason to be anal about the painting the lines. They don't need to be perfect. They don't need to be smooth. Just paint them on, because as you can see in the design here, it just all works. It all works together. Some of them can be thick, some of them can be thin. The thing that helps me with painting lines is having my pinky on the wall, or at least part of my hand. If you just try to loosely, without supporting your hand somehow, draw a line, it'll be a squiggly mess. So if you put your whole hand onto the wall like I'm doing here, or if you put your little finger, put your pinky on the wall to support your hand, that's the key. And if you're in a spot where you can't do that, you can use a stick to support your hand. If you're not able to get a straight line, if you feel like you're just really wiggly on your line, you could put a straight edge and then just follow the straight edge. That actually looks really nice. I haven't been doing that, so I'm not going to continue that. I really don't think it's necessary. Okay, so that's everything. So now I can continue with my pattern. So I went ahead and took the lamp down so that I could get behind here and get these petals done properly. I was gonna try to go without taking it down, but sometimes you have to do things right. These brushes I generally buy for face painting jobs, and so I don't buy the most expensive brush. So I just want to show you up close how I'm doing this, and how it doesn't need to be perfect. So I just start at an intersection here and I do my biggest petal there, and then I don't know, I've been just doing one on each side and then going down smaller toward the middle. So it's like a press and a flick. Press, flick, press, flick. Press, flick, press, flick. Like that. And then I come up from the other side. This one's a little bit difficult, so I'll go up here. And it takes just a little bit of practice, a little bit of warming up to get the hang of the motion. But again, I've got my pinky on the wall to stabilize my hand. See, I didn't even get even number of leaves on that one, and it doesn't even matter. You can see how I didn't even pay too much attention to where the middle exactly was. I mean, it was just eyeballed, and it doesn't matter. It looks good. I love it. The walls are kind of a pale blue, but in video it shows a little bit more gray, but it's actually blue.